Hi everyone, welcome to 5 Bucket Studio. Today we're gonna talk about how to make building slip. Let's get started. In this video, we're gonna make some building slip together. And one of the key things with building slip, a lot of times they made up with the same clay body that you're building your sculpture or any piece of form of arts through that same clay body. Now this building slip, the purpose of it is to joining two pieces of clay together, where you will learn the process of slip and scoring, where you're creating different textures onto the two pieces of the joining, and the building slip will live between those joining. And that's allowed a more secure joint of two pieces of clay and putting them together without them falling apart later on while it's drying. Over here, I have a cone 6 stoneware clay body, and I have a lot of small particles of clay that came out from trimmings, and this is excellent for making slip. Now if you have a clay, bone dry clay that's a lot more thicker like I have in here, what I recommend to do is to break them down into smaller particles. That will be making the process of making slip a lot more easier and more efficient. So you can break them down by using your hand, or sometimes I use my rolling pin to just smashing the clay in. I'm recommending while you're doing this step, there's going to be a lot of dust creating while you're breaking them into a small particle. What I would recommend is to put them into a Ziploc bag of some sort, just like how you would do with baking. And so then that keep the mess as minimum as possible, and also preventing any clay dust airborne into the air. Just enough that the water will completely cover most of the clay. And then let them undisturbed for at least 5 to 10 minutes. And once we come back, we're able to very easily to turn them into a slip consistency. So let's wait for a second. Coming back over here, you can see that all the big particles that I have submerged is actually become, most of them are deteriorating very quickly. Now, if you wanted to use this method on a non-bone dry clay, it will still work. It's just gonna take a lot more times in order to break down all this bone dry clay into a small particle like this into a slip consistent. Now, I'm going to actually take off some excess water right in here and put it into a different container. Then basically I'm going to stir it up, and then this will become my slip. And you can see that it has a very nice and smooth consistency. This is going to be a great for building slip. And now you learn how to be making a building slip. One other thing I would do is that currently this consistent of the building slip is still a little bit watery into my taste. So what I would like to do is that I'm gonna just leave it out for overnight or without any lid on, and then come back the next day. It should dry a little bit more and come into a more pasty consistency that will great for building slip. And once you have your slip ready, you can do what I did over here. Just have a container with a lid on, and once you get them covered, anytime when you need to use your building slip, you can just go ahead and grab it. Do not have to make them on the spot.